This is Daily Treasures with words of comfort, encouragement, and hope from the Word of God. Here is Dr. Nick Venditti with today's devotional.
July 6th, the ill will of some Pharisees. Welcome to Daily Treasures from the Word of God. Today's reading is Matthew 21 through 24. Our lesson is from Matthew 21, 45 and 46. When the chief priests and the Pharisees heard his parables, they understood that he was speaking about them. When they sought to seize him, they feared the people, because they considered him to be a prophet. As we read the Bible, we see mirrored there real-life situations, much like what we face every day. Who has not experienced jealousy and ill will from others? This is exactly how the religious establishment acted towards Jesus. Let's analyze three attitudes of the religious leadership. First, the religious leaders understood the parables of Jesus. From time to time, the disciples would ask Jesus to explain a parable, and Jesus would do so. However, here the Pharisees and other religious leaders clearly understood what Jesus was communicating. These leaders were very intelligent persons, because the requirements to be a Pharisee, priest, or scribe were very high. The issue here is not about an academic standard, but rather the attitude of the heart. Second, the religious leaders sought to seize Jesus. One would think that by understanding Jesus' parable, the leaders would immediately accept his message. But the opposite was true. They felt threatened by Jesus and were full of guilt, so they conspired against him. This is one of the greatest perils regarding leadership. Those who have the power generally are not willing to give it up because of pride, arrogance, and greed. Power does corrupt if one is not careful, and this is what had happened to the religious establishment. Jesus spoke to them clearly, and they understood intellectually, but were not willing to respond in an appropriate manner. Last, the religious leaders feared the people. The people were astounded by Jesus' teaching, authority, and discernment. The religious leaders tried a number of times to trap Jesus, but without success. The religious establishment was losing its hold on the people. The more they tried to make Jesus look bad, the greater his ability to turn the tide in his favor. For example, Jesus was asked if it was proper to pay taxes to Caesar. It appeared that this would be one time that the leaders had him cornered, but he responded with great wisdom. The leaders did not appreciate that their grip on the people was slipping. In conclusion, the religious leaders understood the parables of Jesus. The religious leaders sought to seize Jesus, and the religious leaders feared the people. May we have the courage not to be swayed by public opinion and stand for biblical values and principles. We are to be his witnesses. Believers are to emulate Jesus and his kingdom values, not those of the world. Whatever it takes, we must remain faithful to Jesus and his cause. It has been a pleasure to share with you daily treasures from the Word of God. Tomorrow's Bible reading is Matthew chapters 25 through 28. Let's not forget the words of the psalmist. The law of your mouth is better to me than thousands of gold and silver pieces. Until tomorrow, and may God bless you in abundance as you study the Word of God.